God is number one, family is number two, ministry is number three. Yeah, that is what I want to tell you. Yeah, God is number one. We know God, my family know God, so that one will make us to build number two, which is the family. When sometimes it is difficult, they understand.
Shalom, my viewer. With me here today is Pastor Oketch, and we are talking about my story and his testimony on how he became a pastor, his journey of life, and how he's managed to be as a pastor. And I am Florence Bosibori. You're tuned in to Impact TV. Follow us to get more of this. Welcome, Pastor Oketch.
Yes.
And who is Pastor Oketch?
Thank you so much, Florence.
Yeah.
I want to say I'm Pastor Oketch, or Pastor James Oketch. For those, there are those who knows me as James, so some knows me as Oketch. Pastor James Oketch is from Suna West constituency, a ward known as Wasimbete in Migori County. Then I'm born again spiritually. I've seen the grace of God through my life. Yeah.
So, Pastor, can you tell us about how you came into the ministry, how you found yourself into the ministry?
Thank you so much. I want to say that, number one, I was born in a family whereby people, a family of Christianity. I can't avoid to say that, where my grandfather is a Christian.
Yeah.
My grandmother is a Christian, and my father was a pastor. So in that line, it made me to be easier into the church. But that one never proves me to be a Christian. I was just a believer. I was a Christian. I go to church, but I was not a believer because I never gave my life to Jesus. And in my early ages, I could go sing choir, praise and worship team because of the voice that I had. And also, I started speaking to people, maybe teaching them a Bible. That is my early ages. When I reached my teen, whereby now I joined my secondary school. I dropped out of Christianity fully because I was now involved in other things whereby we get interrupted with different people. Then I get to know that I was not saved, so it was like nothing that could force me to be in Christian life. So that is how that was the point. I started making my life now to be the way I am today. Yeah.
So, how did you discern your call into pastoral ministry?
Number one, it was a prophetic. I remember when I was now born again, and I was worshiping. Then I also lead in prayers. There was one of the guests that was called in our church, and he prayed. Then he had a prophetic upon my life, and he told me that you will be a pastor. Yeah, because I see it in you. So I took it positive and just said, if it is that, let me see what God is going to do for me. Then when I received salvation, it was out of many things that I've done, out of dirty things, sin. So I came out like a testimonial preacher, so that I can testify, people can hear it. Then sometimes when I testify, even before reading a verse, I see people being involved and crying. So I saw like God was using me. Then that was the time I said, oh, this is confirmed that I can pastor. Yeah.
So, what has been the most rewarding part of being a pastor?
Let me say it is not that much well because up to where I am, but I can say it is also well because I'm in Christ. I'm enduring in Christ. Yeah, being a pastor is not something that you just wake up then you start doing. Then also just now doing pastor. You know, pastor is different with an evangelist or maybe apostle or any other person. There is difference between that. Pastor, you need to pastor people. And these people, they have their needs. You personally, a pastor, you have your need. So sometimes you carry a mic, but you bleed. You find like, I should say this, but it is also affecting me. Yeah, so I've seen it like it is not that much easier. Yeah, but it is also easier because it is through by the grace of Christ. Yeah.
So there are times that you've been preaching and you find, are there times that you've preached and you found out that you were talking to yourself or you were speaking about yourself?
Many a times. Yeah, many a times you find that you are preaching, but it is also touching your life. It is yourself you are speaking to.
So what challenge did you face or have you faced as a pastor so far?
Number one thing I've faced mocking. Yeah, whereby somebody just come from nowhere and mocked you. You are not doing something that is righteous, like you will not proceed with this. So they speak ill on me. I've faced losing friends. Yeah, because there were friends that I had before being a pastor. They could be of good wealth, let me say that, money, so things we exchange. And also even after being a pastor, I still had friends, but I faced that challenge by losing them because maybe what was my desire is not their desire as a pastor now. Yeah, so those are the challenges I've seen. Faced a challenge whereby my account is drained, all of it, so that I'm left without a cent. And ministries here need me. Sometimes you go to the church, offering itself is 50 bob. When you come in the house, you need food. There is nothing to get on the table. So that is a challenge. But you know you cannot share it to the members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you involved in full-time ministry?
Yes. Yeah.
You don't do any other work?
No, right now, at least I can say it is like full time, but I still have something that I do. Yeah. Personally, I'm an engineer. Yeah. I studied civil engineering, and I'm also now a teacher because I never, because of my call for pastor, with now field work, maybe I saw it could involve me too much. So that's why I joined teaching, so that at least I have got my time for church class, then most of my time is in the church.
You've mentioned that when you received the call, you lost a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And how did your family take it? That now you've been called to join this other side. How did your family take it to be?
No, my family, so it was a positive, it was positive thing to them, but because they also love God. Yeah, so I've never seen a challenge with them. The only difference that came, that I'm speaking about Springs Apostolic Family Church as the ministry that I'm serving under. By that, it is good. I have weared a t-shirt known Generation Transforming Ministries. This was my first founder name that I brought when I was starting a ministry. I saw it like I'm young. Then there are a lot of generations outside there that may need assistance. So I brought it. I went to prayers. Then God gave me a revelation of Generation Transforming Ministries. So at the time of registrations, things never went well with the name. Then that's why I came with the name that Springs Apostolic Family Church, whereby now I'm the co-founder, because there is someone who also had the name already. So we come and joined together. I left this of Generation Transforming Ministry, which I'm the founder. Then we joined together with the Springs Apostolic Family Church, which now I'm the co-founder of it. Yeah.
So as a pastor, how do you handle criticism? Sometimes you find that members of the church, they bring up some issues, they criticize you for maybe implementing a certain strategy in the church. How do you handle this?
Number one thing, not all people are happy with whatever thing that you are doing. Even some that you are having. That's why you will find church is growing. After that, it breaks up. You see, you bring somebody who maybe could take your footsteps. When it reaches a certain level, it breaks up with you, go start another branch. So me, God has been helping me so that at least I can be as humble as possible, because the Bible says that God is looking for the heart of a good shepherd that can be like his heart. So sometimes I try that my heart of shepherdship, Yeah, not now like what I know or what I've studied, because even pastoring itself is something that you find people go for school. Especially even me, I studied. I am a student of theology,
Yeah.
but for me to encounter these things like criticism, people looking down upon me in the church, I humble myself. No matter what they say, sometimes I feel like closing my ears to avoid maybe distraction of the other members. Yeah.
Can you share with us a certain story that maybe God has walked you through in this life, either as a pastor or even before?
Wow. Amen. There are a lot of stories because number one, if I start with my life education studies and any other thing, I want to say I came from a poor background family. Our house, even though the family itself, there are those who are well off, but my father, I want to speak about my father. uh, the time I started studies and starting knowing things, at that point my father had no money, and we were striving because I remember us staying in a house whereby sometimes if it rains, it calls upon for us to prepare on how we are going to rebuild it again. And people were looking at it, and my father was also still pastoring. Me too, I was now in Christian life. It never affected us from doing any other thing, but it was something that making our hearts to pain. Yeah, then from that poor humble background, I decided to study and learn. When I passed my KCSE, I was called to study as a civil engineering diploma. When I joined college, there was nothing at hand. Let me say that there was nothing at hand. I remember my father calling for the community to contribute for him. At that time, we had nothing on the table. What my father was having, I think, was not even much than 3,000. Then at the school, they needed something like 27,000 for the first enrollment. So I was calculating, looking at it, will I manage this? Because at first I wanted to join TTC. Then I was seeing like TTC with the self sponsorship, it will be somehow, will I make it? Then I get involved into civil engineering. Then when I came to school, there was nothing. That is now the hard part of it. You get into school your first day as a student. I think you know how students need to be.
Yeah.
You are having nothing in your pocket. You have paid for your rental one month. You have paid the little that you could have to the administration office. You have purchased some food stuff. My first day in school, I'm going to borrow a salt in the shop, in the soap. So it was like heartbreaking to me, but no one could I could listen to that, because I had people that maybe if I could share to them, they could help, but I was afraid of sharing out my problem, because sometimes, you know, in Luo language we say that duk mako wadu okumoni nindo, the nakedness of for your brother cannot make you avoid you from sleeping. Yeah. So I was saying, maybe if I share to them, they will not see it like it is something very very need. I appreciate my uncle, one of my uncle who has been who stood with me with the little that he could be supporting and he could be having, he could be giving me. One of my aunt also did that, even paid for some of my rental, but it was still not working for me, because now depending on people, requesting for them, they also have their families, they also have their things, and your family, now you have nothing. So I said, oh, maybe this is the will of God. Then that time got me that I've already been born again. I got into prayers. Then after that, getting into prayers, I started making now friendship with people. That is why I found a friend from a known who accepted to pay some part of my rent. I found a friend from a known that accepted to pay some part of my fee, and I finished it like that.
How
So
did you feel when you got someone who will cater for all these needs?
my friend, I was happy. Yeah, and I testified in the church. I told them I've been praying for this and God have answered. I remember there was one of my friends that we were praying with. And when God answered this, also I saw there was difference now again. Yeah, I don't want to mention his name because maybe he knows himself.
Yeah.
There was a total difference because we were going there praying God to help us both, God to do for us, but I was the first person to be helped. And now I saw there was total difference, starting to complain sources of the money, things like that, bringing some confusion to the members of the church where we were fellowshipping at that time. And it was like, oh, if this is what maybe God want me to do, let me remain alone. Yeah, and I tried to remain alone until that moment that God allowed me to have a new friends. Yeah, that is for education. Yeah.
Anything else?
For the ministry now itself, there also I had got a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I started ministry in last year, in April, it was something I was doing as a joke.
Yeah.
Because God can call you, but the limitations are also there. So I was limited by my ground where I am, because I'm in Kisii. Kisii is not my home place. I don't know the language they speak, but I'm feeling something. God is pushing me to start a ministry.
Yeah.
Until I found something that could help me go on by paying my rental. It was through a friend from unknown where he just decided to pay for me a rental for the church. He paid it like 3 months, then leave me. It was a rental of 6,000. So when we were there praying, we were doing fellowship. By that time, I never started even doing a Sunday fellowship. We were doing Saturday fellowship, and people were getting in, students were getting in, because I was used with several students within the town. Members who are close there could get in, ask what the name of the church. I tell them this is Generation Transforming Ministries Church. Who is the leader? I'm telling, I am. They look at it like, this young man. Yeah. So after 3 months, the guy left paying the rental. I remain alone. So I'm struggling for my rental in the house. I'm not employed. I'm still young. I'm still also struggling, hustling. I need the rental for the church. Then I just said, no, maybe it is still not time. Let me quit, close the door, take the key back to the landlord, tell the members to stop first. Before doing that is where God connected me with a brother who also had got some challenges, but now he wants someone that they can work together with. He had got the ground, but now you may have the ground, but now you need support. You need people to help you. Then we get down, we note down, we wrote things down and agreed to work together. That is where we started, because it was very painful on my side going to the church. Now they need rental, they need this, chairs are there, you need to hire the public address. When we get together and joined together, right now as I am speaking, we have a structure. Though it is for iron, it is as good, it is structured, it is still something that we are working under. As we are speaking now, we have more than 3 branches. We have 1 branch in Sia we opened this year March. We have also 1 branch in Nyansongo that is just within Kisii, but outside Kisii town. We are still working on it. By that, we are still working on its building, and we have raised some funds. We had some iron sheet, and we need like 150 iron sheet, but already we have 50 iron sheet. So which means we still need 100 and to go on. So it is a challenge. Yeah, ministry is a challenge, and sometimes you may be drained up until you remain without anything in your pocket. Especially like me, you give until you remain without anything. I remember a day I received my money somewhere. Then that was the money I was calculating to travel with home, do this for my family. Then the church also need the fund drive. I used the whole money without even thinking that what are we going to eat. This is because of the sacrifice you need to do, because we don't know what is tomorrow. Yeah.
So you've mentioned of family. How then do you balance between ministry and your family life?
God is number 1, family is number 2, ministry is number 3. Yeah, that is what I want to tell you. Yeah, God is number 1. We know God, my family know God. So That one will make us to build number two, which is the family. When sometimes it is difficult, they understand because they know God. When it comes to number three of the ministry, when the ministry drains it, they understand because they know God. So that is what has been helping us.
So then, how has your faith been challenged or strengthened as a pastor ever since you become a pastor?
I have faith and a strong faith. Then I know that I usually say that there are times for preparation. Sometimes when I look at these, let me say, non-pastors, let me use that term, non-pastors,
Yeah.
you will find that if you look at their background history, there was a level they started with, and there were some struggles they went through. And this is what I also take into my heart and say, maybe this is the process God is preparing me. You know, you can be in a preparatory room whereby you don't know that God is preparing you. But me, by faith that I'm carrying, sometimes I know that even if today I don't have, tomorrow it shall be there, because I'm not this is not my permanent life. Yeah, God is making something better.
What is that one thing that you've learned about yourself in the ministry?
I always don't lose hope. Yeah, I always don't lose hope, even if it is difficult. I press on.
So then, how have you been handling your congregation, keeping them together, ensuring that there's no division in your church?
Number one, to you to hold the congregation is not, for the church is not about me, you having money. They need to see what you have, what you carry, the God you carry, and the manifestation signs and manifestations of the God you carry. So when the church, you know, church is based in some things: prayer, deliverance, healing. Three things. Those are the three things, main things that are based in church. When the church is for prayers, you have raised an altar of prayer. There are people who love prayer, they will not quit out.
Yeah.
If the church is for healing, there are people who are sick there. Sometimes they don't love prayers, but they are sick. God is using you to pray to them and they be healed. They will not run out. When the church is based in deliverance, there are people who love deliverance. There are several things that are in their life and in their families, which you are delivering them from through the prayers. They will not quit. So those are the things that have helped me to maintain the members. Yeah, so sometimes you will find that if you involve things like contributing to the church, maybe you want to do this, money is needed. There are some Christians or believers, members that are still milk feeding. Let me say that. They are not strong in faith. So when you give them too much burden, you find them backsliding.
Yeah.
They go rest a little bit. That doesn't give you a room to throw them away, because you need to understand your people.
Yeah.
There are those I call my strong pillars. Yeah, there are times that I know they will stand with me in each and every occasion. When rental is needed, they can give a little that they have. I add with what I have, and we give, because we have no donation from any other person. Yeah, it is me and the members. So what is there is to understand what they need and what is for your members. Yeah.
So how then do you spend your time balancing between your personal relationship with God and even maintaining the relationship between God and your congregants?
That is through prayers. Yeah. When you pray, God will always help you. He will always help you, because building personal relationship, number one with God is prayer, reading Bible, getting consequence, speaking with Him. That one you are going to build your relationship with God. And now to the members, praying for them, involving to know what maybe their needs and praying for their needs. And maybe when the church, and maybe you can get an help from somewhere, there are people that are in the church, like for example, we have got three pupils that we pay for them school fee. They are total need. They are needy. You know, you will just need to give to them. Just look the way to help them. This one will maintain them then
What-
to the church.
Okay. And what is that one thing that you've seen God doing in your congregation's life, and you said, this is the doing of the Lord?
Number one, there is one that we have prayed together with, who had a challenge of giving birth, but I saw God opening her womb and give birth. That one I said, God, you have done this. It was a problem within his family now and her family. That is number one. Number two, I've also witnessed one that you have prayed with having a ticket to abroad.
Wow.
That is the doing of God. Something you are trusting God to do, praying for it, and God is now opening door for it. Yeah.
And there's this person out there that is seated out there, and they're having that calling to be a pastor. They're having that urge, and they feel like maybe I should join the pastoral team, but they are wondering what next. How should they go about it? What would you tell them?
No, I want to tell them that that is a calling. If they will accept the call, no matter the condition and the situation, they will come. Yeah, they will go and serve God. Yeah, I know and I understand there are even some ministries and churches where they pay pastors money. I want to tell you that sometimes me I serve even with even 3 months without even receiving 1 cent from that church. Yeah, because if you look at what is there in the table, is something small, and the church needs also support. Yeah, so you look at it, then give it to the church. Yeah, so if you are a pastor that is coming, you know, there are this called online pastors and maybe something like that. If you are coming for money, it will be difficult for you to maintain the church. That's why you will find that some of them, they receive money, they can bring congregation, they can bring things, instrument, build the church, then the church is remaining empty without any other person in that church, the family themselves, or maybe some specific friends, because there is nothing that is making people to feel the presence of God in that church. So if there are true believers in that area, people will run to that. They will leave this one of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even as we conclude,
Yeah.
there are congregants who say, we left church and not God. How do you, as a pastor, reach to this congregant?
They left church,
And
not God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number one, you need to get the reason why they have left church. Yeah, because there is a member maybe who have left church because some disagreement between him or her with the pastor or with the member of the church. If such things are there, you bring them together or you talk. I remember there was one who left church because of one of the pastors that we were working with. Then he tried to bring some things for prophetic that he saw this pastor fighting him. You know, for sure, I can't fight my member. Yeah, so I will just need to get on how to talk to him to understand the church and to understand God. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pastor, for having us today.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate. So for those members who usually say we left church and not God, please come back to the church.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for tuning in today and having this session up with the pastor, talking about his personal journey with God and how he's been into the pastoral ministry. Well, this is Impact TV. Follow us for more and be blessed.
Amen.